Hey guys, I'm Kaiakis and welcome back to another episode of Map, a game about maps. Last time we had just finished collecting all of our pencils and whatnot. Did a couple of islands and we are now here. Got a little overboard. What do you mean? We didn't let Melo finish what he was saying. Didn't conduct his research at all. Overreacting. Apologize. Perfect idea. Find something super cool. He's gonna flip out. City map. Alright. So, let's go take a little look around the island here. Show you guys how the island looks. Looks like, yeah, city ruins, basically. Lots of buildings. We'll just jump around. Trying to show, this looks like a pretty sizable map as well. Looks like a building on the coastline. Beehive. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, the game didn't take me to map select, so I don't know how many chests are here. It's 2 or 3 probably. So I'm gonna go take a look around, see if I can't find any clues for these chests. Alright, well, while exploring, looking for any clues, which I have not found any so far, I believe I found the city map. So I did see over there, can't really see, there is a compass rose. And looks like some key points of the building. So there is a tower and an anvil? Don't know. I'm not even sure exactly where we're at. But I believe this is our objective for this first one, marking the city map. So I'm just going to continue looking around, see if I can't find any more, or any at all, clues for any treasure chests that might be hidden about. Alright, well, venturing on, there's that building with the city map, and just coming right over the hill here, I stumble across my first map. So, I'm not entirely sure what this regards to, probably a building, but I'll take a little look on the overside here, see if we can't see any kind of building perhaps shaped like that. At this point, I can't, however, we do have a map. So let's go take a look at this map, see if there's any kind of a fat T shape. Let's see, there's kind of a skinny-ish T shape. Oh, right up there, I think that top corner right up there might be the one we're looking for. I'm not completely convinced on that, but maybe, just maybe. However, how does this sit on here? Okay, so that square in the white line there, that is where the cardinal rose is, compass rose. So this building should be out over there somewhere. There it is. I think it's right over there, peeking around the corner there. Let's go take a look. Well, while traveling over to this building, this is the building. I found another cat head. Unfortunately, it does not have any treasures for me. Don't suppose if anything happens if you keep digging in the same spot. Doesn't appear to be so. This seems suspicious. Probably have to map that out at some point. But if this is in fact the spot that we're looking for, right here maybe? Yes, sir. We found a pigeon. Just what we needed. Alright, one treasure down. And now to keep searching. Alright, so here's the building we just looted. And coming to the building just across from it, if we sneak through this window, turn around, it looks like if we maybe go 5 steps forward, I'm guessing from this window. So 5 forward, 4 right, 3 back, and then 2 right. there'll be a treasure. So if I get my steps out, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, those are some easy numbers. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Oh, I gotta go one more. 3. Did I go 5 coming over here? I don't know. Didn't mean to if I did. So what, right here at the tree? Maybe? It might be around one step back if I did 5. Not sure. I'll dig up this area. Alright. So I went and retraced my steps again. I definitely counted wrong. I did 5, 5, which put me in line with that tree, which, yeah, put me over. Also, did a little better of a job keeping 90-degree angles. Alright, so we have 2 chests down. I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing there's a third one. But still haven't explored the island fully, so I'm going to keep exploring, keeping my eyes open for any such treasure maps. Alright, well, I'm not seeing any other treasure chests. And this thing does not appear on the map. So, where my dock is right over there, it looks like my dock is actually straight west from this guy right here. So, I figure the best way to go about it is see how many steps west it is. However, there is a gap here. So it looks like 8 steps gets me to that gap. I'm going to double check that and then work from there. Alright, yes, 8 steps does do it. So let's get this right out to 8. I'm doing the line there, not the tip. And then we got to go straight west, which I guess is east. However, I don't know. I don't know the distance there, so actually I can't really do that. I'm just going to write 8, and I guess that'll just be a little reminder. And this will be ready for whenever we're ready, I guess. Well, I always end up hitting that gap. I don't think there's any way to get past it if you're walking, pacing out your steps. So just gotta start anew from the other side of the gap, and then whatever we get, we add that 8 to it. And that should be our distance from, let's see, right about here. There we go. That should be our distance from the dock to the center of the cardinal compass there. So just pacing out our steps. Lots and lots of steps. And I don't know if you guys noticed it in the last couple episodes, but our character actually counts on her fingers as we're going. So 30, maybe 30 and a half. So that is a whole lot of steps. So let's stretch that out as far as we can go. How many squares does that go? Not an even amount. That's sad. So let's grab that. Get it lined up. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We'll just go with an even 20. Alright, so we have 20 steps right there. We line this up. That's actually pretty well lined up already. Just cheat it over. 20. And then we do another 18. So let me get 18. So we'll line this up. That way. So there's 10 right there. Bring this back to 8. Right about there, give or take. Good. So, bring this in here, right around there, give or take. That should be the center. Let's mark that in green. Drag that away. The center of our cardinal direction spot there. Our compass. Compass rose, perhaps, if you will. Oh look, there's 4 treasures here. So I managed to miss 2 hints so far. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and get rid of this 8. Don't need it anymore. Alright, and then from here we go probably south, I think. I don't know. One of these directions, and we should be able to make our way over to the map. City map. Alright, so just counted my way from the center of there over to this spot, which should work, because it's just right underneath it. I don't know if I need to go for like this pillar, or just kind of that platform there. But I figure instead of going up and around the stairs, I should just be able to walk myself right off the edge. Right here. 5 steps. That seems like it should work. So, grab this. Even it out roughly. There we go. And bring this into 5 steps. And we go east yet again. So bring that there. That should do. Mark that. We'll put a point here. And bring in our R point. Let's see how we did. We got a little too far east, it looks like. Alright, so we'll bring it in a little over half a step and we'll try it again. So, grab this, bring it in a good chunk, and confirm position. I really thought we were going to be right up there on the landing, but 0.2 steps, that's good enough. 3 stars. So we will continue. Milo seems to be pretty happy about this. Much larger researchers have probably thought. Apology for interrupting. Legendary City of Ravens did exist. Billy is right. I'd like to give you this camera. 3 tasks are already on your map. Tool unlocked. The camera. Radial menu. Take pictures. You can place the pictures you took on your map. Mark the Tower Ruin. I know exactly where that is. So right over here. It's right there in front. So probably directly west, I think. Yeah, looks like it. Directly west of the map. So that shouldn't be too difficult, actually. Another way I could do it is if I just walk the wall again and then come this way. But I think this way might be more direct. Alright, so 4 steps, give or take, from the center of there, and that is adjusted to the new value, to the center of this platform. So if I just take 4 and then add whatever else I do here, and then we should be able to hopefully get a relatively accurate count. So we'll say 15 plus 4, so 19. So let's come on here and get 19 steps marked out. Alright, got our 19 steps. Now we just gotta line this up with what we did previously. Draw a new line. Bring that up here. So hopefully right here should be our tower ruin. Let's find out. How did we do? Absolutely spot on. Yeah. I mean, yes, you could have gotten slightly better. More in the center, but still, 0 steps away. Absolutely perfect. What else do we have to do? Mark this house. Oh, there it is. I was like, what house? So it's a little T shape, so we have to look at the map for this one. And mark the smithy. Hey, I found that one before too. That was It might be on the other side. Yeah, definitely wasn't this one. I haven't been in here. Is there a map in here by chance? I can't see anything. Nah, I don't think there's a map in here. Alright, but the smithy should be right over here. I think it's on the other side of the wall, though, unfortunately. There's like a shrine. Nothing. Nothing. But how great would that have been if I did find something? I believe one of these is the smithy. This one? No. I'm starting to think that maybe, just maybe, I was wrong about that. And we'll find it. Alright, I found the smithy. So, does this happen to line up with anything at all? Oh, come on. Let me up. Let me up. Just trying to get a vantage point going. I cannot. Ah, there we go. That should be pretty simple. We just count out from there, count over. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's get her done. Alright, right in the center. Give or take. And we go right here. Just about. So 5 steps to the west. And then we go... Oh, I feel like that screwed things up. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to go 6 or 7. Like, is this whole thing count as a smithy? Alright, so hopefully, if my counting is correct, 5 steps over, I did go 7. Hopefully that's okay. Let's summon our point. Put that here. This should be the smithy. No, I had it under the wrong one. How closer to the smithy are we? We're right up there. So we probably don't want to go 7. However, yeah, I accidentally was on mark this house. I realized that right as I hit confirm position. We want mark the smithy. So that's a little too bad. But we bring this back, let's say right about there. That should be better for the smithy. Confirm position. Spot on. I am curious how our initial one right up on the roof would have done. But yeah. Got the smithy spot on. And apparently the house that we're looking for is right over there. I guess it doesn't specify that it's a house. It's probably actually this shrine that I had mentioned. That's where it looked like the line was going. I take that back. I don't think that's the house or the building. I don't know. I'm gonna go take a look at the map. Alright, so found this short little... Looks like it is... Well, right up there. Wait. Has that X always been there? Right up there on the map. I don't think that's always been there. So we have the smithy. Oh, okay. So we went too far initially. So the building above that T, that must be the what do I keep calling it? The shrine building. So yeah, we went a little too far there, but yeah, that X kind of in the middle of the shrine building, in the middle of that one where they cross. Let's go find out if we can find ourselves our 3rd treasure. Which building? Oh. I went through a series of emotions there. At first I thought I didn't make it, then I realized that I did, and then I realized I fell and didn't actually make it. So, right here? It looks like it. Wow, almost missed the big X right there on the map. Literally gave us a map with an X, almost missed it. So we are looking for, here's the shrine, this building, which isn't a building anymore, but this building. Interesting. Alright, I mean, yeah, it's just a straight shot from the smithy, so if I just climb in the window here, say add 1 step, yeah, if we just add 1 step, no, let me in, to our counting, and we just go An extra. We'll go right here. 8. So call it 9. Open up our maps and let's draw this out real quick. 9 steps. Come in here. Bring this 9 steps for going from the smithy. So I like that it actually tells you or shows you the outline of the building. So I can actually grab this. Interesting. It doesn't have a red marker like it probably should. So we'll go right there, grab this, mark our line, grab that. Just because I like to be uniform, put that there, summon our marker, bada bing bada boom. Oh, maybe I don't want to mark this one yet. I'm guessing that might be the last thing on the map, and we have one more treasure, so give me a second. I'm going to take another look. Alright, well, looked around a little bit more and wasn't able to find it. So, suppose we might come back later and take another look. But let's see if, well, 1, if this is the last one, and 2, if we're right. We are spot on again, which it's a lot easier to get spot on when you have to mark an entire building. So, take that for what it's worth. And how are we doing? There we go. Yeah, 3 out of 4. Very sad. Only 2 on this one, so that's good to know. 11, 10. This did get an update, so I think they added the map numbers onto these now. So yeah, we got through a lot of them the first time around. So we're missing 2 islands in a row that we're missing 1. That's very sad indeed. Let's see what this new one looks like. Impressive. Not enough flowers. Murals. History of the Raven people. Made something. Please mark the stone with the image of a broken pickaxe. Is that one of those stones right up there? First of all, let's mark. What in the world is this? Well, first thing I notice is it doesn't actually have the islands or anything of the sort. Like these natural land masses are not on the map. Only this. These. So I could go from like this point here to mark out that, but then again, what would the point be on that? So I think there's the triangle, if I had to take a guess. So we're down here probably. Is there like a big rectangle somewhere? No, I think this is the big triangle actually. That's got to be the rectangle, right? Surely. I'm not really sure what's going on here. It's like we have half the map actually, is what it looks like. Oh, you know what? I think we do only have half the map. I think this is that triangle I was just standing in. And it might actually just be mirror imaged. I wonder. Yeah, so there's a triangle there. Is there a rectangle piece? There is. So we have half the map and it is a mirror image. Very interesting. Pretty annoying. Do any of these have a broken pickaxe on them by chance? Nay. This is a picture of like a chest, kind of. Sad. Imagine. Aha! I found it! Which side of the map do we have? We have the other side. So this is on the unknown side of the map. Oh, I'll have to do some thinking on this one. Alright, so tucked away in almost a little cave here, I found a map. I think this is on perhaps the side of the map we don't actually have. You know what? Give me a second. I'm going to do something time consuming and probably dumb. Alright, so it took a little bit, but I took this little image and applied it to a little map I drew. So I drew out the lines kind of mirroring this side, and then because it shows it from the opposite of this point straight over and down here, so I just took this point, drew it straight across over here, took this point up, drew a little X. That should be where our treasure is. So if we go to, I guess where we're facing on the left side now. Yep, on the left side, just need to find this slant and here. So right over here. Oh, there's like a golden statue or something. Don't know. Alright, so we have this jut out, which is right here. So we need to keep going further down. So it should be not here. Oh, okay, so here. Yes, actually. And we follow this straight up until we are right in line with here. Right here on the corner. There it is. 1 out of 2. We've gotten this thing, which I haven't gone to look at it. We can go look at it right now, actually. But I've noticed it right up there. Whatever this is. Is this water and lava? I do not know. But yeah, some kind of war going on. Almost looks like they're like a farming species, and they're more of a mining species. And seems like they don't get along. Who knows? Alright, well, 1 map down, 1 more to go. Let's take, gonna finish looking at the rest of this island. I only made it this far. Cave is right back here. So, see if we can't find any other secrets and goodies. Alright, well, trying to get into this building here. Looks like all the windows are barred, everything's blocked off, but if you poke over the map here, or the wall, I should say, or I guess through the window, you can see we have, looks like half of a map, really. So, in one of these triangles, there should be, maybe this one, maybe this one, maybe this one. Not this one. Just for the heck of it, I already dug in the center of that one. So I think in the center of one of these triangles, there's the small one I already dug in the center of. I'm guessing not this one? Yeah. Although it does show it being in the center. So, okay. I was gonna say I'm skeptical on it being on one of the sides, but looks like a raven statue there. Alright, so we found both of them. Let's get our marking done now. So determine that this is the broken pickaxe that we need to get figured out. So looks like if I go from here straight up and then maybe over a step, that might work out. So we'll start right at the corner here. We'll go straight up from here. Hopefully this is straight up. 4, 5, and then over 1 step. Well, fingers crossed that this actually ends up working. So bring this in here. And we get 5 steps, and where are we exactly? Right there. So one nice thing is, I mean, it is mirrored. So I know that this point here from the center is 1, 2, just over 3. So 1, 2, just over 3. So that edge of the triangle should be like right here. Which means this is the point right here in which we started from. So we'll just rotate this 90 degrees. Get that white line. Drag this right down here. Come up, like such as. Bring this around We'll skinny it up because we only want one step. We'll probably do a short step at that. There we go. Drop that in. And as usual, put our first guess in green there. Summon our marker. Not really going to think about it too much. Just go and try to confirm position. Nearly spot on. Very good. 0.1 away. Not too bad. Group of ravens wasn't very nice. Who knows? Maybe they had a good reason. Stealing is wrong. Well, actually, is there anything else you'd like to take a look at here? Explore everything. Maybe the small ones, that the statues. The large broken statue. I saw that. Should be right back here. Oh, that one's intact. Here's a large broken statue. Oh yeah, on the last map there was one of these as well, I believe. So he wants this one, not that one. This is actually the side of the map we do have. Okay. I think if we were to go from this point of the triangle, right there, go up and over, should be easy peasy. So, yep, yep. No. There we go. So just up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that should work. And then straight over. 4. From right there. 5 and 4. Or 5 and 4. It does matter. 1 second. Alright, we got our 5 going up there now. So let's get our 4 marked out. 4. Straight on over. Should be, hopefully, right here. I didn't think we were that close to the edge of the foundation there. Right there. My green mark was a little bit off, so off-centering that just a little bit. I mean, I guess it's buried by the grass and whatnot, overgrown, so it might be there. Let's find out. It is very close. Alright. I probably could have went right on my green mark, actually, judging by that. Alright, what else are we having to mark? That was our last map. We're out of maps. We're out of maps. No clue. We had to end the adventure. A cartoglyph. I know exactly where that is. I was trying to get to it. Except it's locked in this building and I don't actually know how to get into it. Fortunately, I don't think I need to get right into it, but I don't know how else I'm going to be doing an accurate measurement. Let's see, here's the tip of this. Does not line up with the cartoglyph. I was really hoping it would. I'm trying to see if I can't like sneak in there or something, but I don't see a way really on getting in there. Yep. Oh no. Hold up. Alright, I managed to get in. I broke in over the edge there, but I mean, there's some parkour to get out. So I wonder if that is the way in and out. Doesn't necessarily make it any better for mapping wise. So we're at a diagonal, and that's the biggest issue. And so we'll have to probably figure out what straight on is. And go from there, give or take. I don't know. I'll think about it. Alright, so I measured it out. I think that raven statue might be directly north of this. At least that's what I'm going with. So, what I did was I measured out from there to that corner, and then from that corner to here. And I think should be, hopefully, this green dot. So let's find out. And we are, well, we're close. So I guess it's not directly north. That's too bad. So that's directly north. We're probably just gonna end up walking this one in, but if I could get it, so it's nearly 2 steps. And we have to go southeast. Okay. Just taking it all in. Trying to figure out, I'd like to do this with as little guessing and trying again as possible. So that was right there, right at the stairs. I'm trying to compare it to that triangle up there. But we said we had to go southeast. My initial guess is, and it's by nearly 2 feet. This should be pretty close. Which, I mean, on the map, that's a pretty sizable distance, but I think this should be pretty close. So let's just give that a go. How are we now? Well, we overshot. So we need to come in by 1 foot, or 1 step at least. And that is kind of in a cardinal direction. We need to go straight north? That doesn't make sense, does it? Yeah, okay. Let's try going straight north by 1 step and see if we can't get it then. Straight north, approximately 1 step. We probably need to go a little further than 1 step. Is my positioning off? No, I think I had my raven position spot on. If it was a mirror image. I guess it wasn't north. Straight north of it. Is this spot on? It says it is. My eyes say otherwise, but it says it is. Alright, do we have one more thing to map around here? That's my guess. Or this could be it. What does it say? Garden of the Goddess. Left a treasure for us. Yeah, treasure chest. What's supposed to be a garden here? Dig up the treasure in the goddess's garden. Goddess's garden. That is the question. What would be the goddess's garden? Does this give any indication? Not really. I guess we'll have to look in all of like the pictures and whatnot that are dotted around here. See if any of these, I guess, murals might be right. See if they give us any indication. That doesn't look very garden-like either. This definitely doesn't look garden-like. This looks like a mining. Oh, you know what? If I'm right about this, and half of them were like mining, half of them were farming and whatnot, should be over on this side. Come to think of it. Well, that's the same image. Is the garden over here? Perhaps. It's probably one of those piles. That's more of a workshop than a garden. The Queen's Garden. Alright. This is probably going to have to take a little extra thinking. So right behind the mirror, I believe this could just be the goddess's garden. My guess, right in front of the statue. What do we think? Nice. Ooh, can we do some stone carving? They're so... Oh! Can we make anything out of them? Aren't very legible. Oh! Oh! So we're into like older maps now. Only 1 treasure chest. Neat. So we found some buried stuff. I think we found a new tool. I'm not sure what the new tool does. Maybe it'll let us get into some areas that were previously inaccessible. That would be pretty neat. Kind of like how that cartoglyph was a little inaccessible. Maybe we could break into some rubble, which then might get us into a new area on this island. I remember that there was somewhere that we were trying to get into, but weren't able to because of some rubble. So potentially we could find a third chest on this one. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. We didn't get too far into it, but these maps are starting to get a lot more complicated with a lot more thinking involved. But we will be getting finished relatively soon. Well, we'll see. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you would consider subscribing, that would be absolutely fantastic. And until next time, I will see you guys later. So thank you. Goodbye.